So, you've got this dream, right? You're picturing your own kitchen on wheels. You can practically hear the sizzle of the grill and smell that amazing food all under those huge Texas skies. Well, you're in the right place. We're going to break down exactly how to take that food truck dream and make it a reality, Lone Star State style.
Okay, let's just dive right in. If you've been asking yourself this question, trust me, you are not alone. And it's a fantastic idea. Texas has this incredible, buzzing food scene, festivals happening all year long, and just a massive appetite for cool, unique food. We're talking tacos, burgers, you name it. It's honestly one of the best places in the whole country to get your business rolling. But hang on. Before we get into all the fun stuff like menus and designing your truck wrap, let's talk about why. Why is Texas such a hotspot for food trucks? Because it's way more than just good weather.
It's really a perfect storm of awesome factors. First off, you've got a massive, hungry market. That's a given. But here's the kicker. Your startup costs are so much lower than a traditional restaurant. Plus, you're not stuck in one spot. That flexibility is huge. You can literally go where the people are. Throw in some really supportive food truck communities and a state that's known for being business-friendly, and yeah, you've got a serious recipe for success. All right, let's get serious for a sec. A business without a plan, that's just a wish. So before you even start looking at trucks online, you need a roadmap. And listen, this business plan isn't just some boring document for investors, it's for you. It's your guide, the thing that's going to keep your vision straight when things get crazy, and trust me, they will. So what goes into this roadmap? Well, it all starts with your concept. What makes you special? Are you going to be the king of vegan Tex-Mex or maybe the go-to for late-night comfort food? Once you know that, you can figure out who you're selling to. Is it the downtown lunch crowd or the weekend festival goers? See how that choice immediately shapes your location strategy? Then you got to build your budget, figure out your sales goals, and this part is so important, plan for when things go wrong. What's your plan B if the generator dies? A good business plan has an answer for that. And yeah, speaking of budget, let's talk real numbers for a minute. The truck itself, that's going to be your biggest ticket item. You could be looking at anywhere from $40,000 to over $120,000. Whoa. And that's before you even add in all the equipment, the permits, your first big food order, and insurance. So yeah, it's cheaper than a restaurant for sure, but it is still a serious investment you absolutely have to plan for. Okay, so you've got your killer plan all mapped out. Now it's time to make this thing official. This next step is all about taking that idea and turning it into a real legal business, one that can actually operate, hire people, and pay taxes right here in Texas. You've basically got two main choices here. You could go with a sole proprietorship, which is super easy to set up, but, and this is a big but, it means you are personally on the hook for any business debts. The much more popular route for food trucks is the LLC, or limited liability company. Just like the name says, it creates a legal shield between your business and your personal life. That means your house, your car, they're protected if the business gets into trouble. It costs a little more to set up, but man, that peace of mind is worth every single penny. So getting registered really boils down to 4 key steps. Number 1, you've got to pick and register your business name with the state. 2, get yourself a free employer identification number, that's an EIN, from the IRS. You'll need this for pretty much everything, especially banking and taxes. 3, get a sales tax permit. This is what makes it legal for you to actually collect money for your food. And finally, number 4, open a separate business bank account. Do this from day one. It'll save you so many headaches later on. Okay, deep breath. This is the part that can feel a little overwhelming. We're talking permits, licenses, and rules, but don't you worry, we're going to break it all down for you. Getting this stuff right is absolutely non-negotiable. If you miss even one permit, that beautiful truck of yours isn't going anywhere, legally speaking. So here's a quick checklist of the big ones. Statewide, everybody needs a food establishment license. That comes from the state health department, the DSHS. You also need that sales tax permit we mentioned, and someone on your truck has to have a food manager certification. Then you get more local. You'll need a mobile food unit or MFU permit from whatever city or county you're in. And hey, if you're using propane or gas to cook, which you probably are, a fire marshal inspection is an absolute must. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty, because every city has its own unique rules. Take Austin, for example. You're going to need something called a commissary letter of agreement. And what is that? It's basically just proof that you have access to a licensed commercial kitchen for all your serious food prep, storage, and deep cleaning. It's a big deal there.
Okay, let's head north to Dallas. Things are a bit more straightforward there. You'll need their specific version of the retail food establishment permit. You'll need that food manager certification we talked about. And you got to pass a fire safety inspection before you can start serving. And then down in Houston, they also require a commissary, though they call it a central prep facility. But they're also super specific about where you can park. You have to get your spots approved. And here's a really big one to remember. You are not allowed to sell in residential areas. See, knowing these little local rules is absolutely critical to staying in business.
All right, the paperwork is getting handled. Now we get to the really fun part, bringing your kitchen on wheels to life. We're talking about the truck, the grill, the fryers, and all the cool tech that's going to make your business run smoothly.
Let's talk tech for a second. A modern food truck doesn't just run on a generator, it runs on data. Your point of sale system, your POS, is basically the brain of your entire operation. It is so much more than a cash register. It's taking the orders, it's processing all the different kinds of payments, it's tracking your inventory so you know when you're low on buns, and it's telling you which items are your best sellers. It's like having a little business analyst right there in the truck with you.
So, what features are non-negotiable? Well, first, make sure it has an offline mode. That is an absolute lifesaver when the internet gets spotty at a crowded festival. You also need something that's built for speed, so you can bust through those long lines fast. Of course, it has to take every kind of payment. Credit cards, Apple Pay, the whole shebang. And finally, you want something with really good sales reports that's still super simple to use. You do not have time to mess with complicated software during a crazy lunch rush. We are so close. You're on the home stretch. Your truck looks amazing. You've got your permits ready to go. There is just one last crucial step. Before you sell that very first taco, you have to protect everything: your investment, your customers, and yourself. Let me be blunt. Running a food truck without insurance isn't just a bad idea, it's a complete non-starter. You absolutely need general liability insurance for any accidents. You'll need commercial auto insurance specifically for the truck itself. You need property insurance to cover all that expensive kitchen gear. And if you have any employees, workers' comp is a must. Here's a pro tip. Look into something called a business owner's policy, or a BOP. It's a great way to bundle a lot of this coverage together and often save some money. Okay, just take a second here and look at everything you've accomplished. You started with that big Texas dream, you hammered it into a solid business plan, you made your business a real legal thing, and you navigated that whole maze of permits. You built out your amazing kitchen on wheels, and now you even know how to protect it. You are ready. You have the roadmap. You have all the steps you need to launch a food truck in Texas. So really, there's only one question left, and it's the most important one, the one only you can answer. What's your unique flavor? What's that incredible dish that you are going to bring to the streets of Texas? Now go make it happen.